Okay, guys, so the season premiere of BBC Sherlock aired today, and it was incredible. I'm sorry if I, freak out a little bit during this, but that was probably the best premiere I have ever seen. Um, I think second place probably goes to Supernatural with their season premiere of season 9. But back to Sherlock. My God, I it's oh my gosh, right back into it. That was just a slap in the face. Um, so much, excitement and action and suspense. I almost cried. Very emotional. I just and the humor was fabulous as always. That was incredible, incredible, incredible. But what I would like to talk about in this video is the Reichenbach theory. As you know, I have made a video on it. If you haven't watched it, I might link it in here, probably. So I kind of recommend you watch that first and then go back to this if you haven't seen it already, because I want to talk about what I got right and wrong. So in my video, I stated that it was actually Sherlock and not a dummy, and believe it or not, oh, by the way, spoilers galore, but I'm pretty sure, you watched it. You wouldn't be watching this if you haven't seen the empty hearse. But so yeah, so I basically said that it was actually Sherlock, and I was 90% right on that. Apparently, there was a body in the morgue that looked kind of like Sherlock, and Molly and 25 other people were actually in on this, which I wasn't even sure at first. I thought some of them were random citizens. I thought some were from the hospital. But no, all of them were, working with Sherlock and helping him get through this, event safely. But yeah, so they took a body that looked like Sherlock's from the morgue, and they made it so it was more realistic because Sherlock, as I said in my theory video, he did fall on something. Thus, they wanted to make it look like he actually went splat right on the ground. So they brought in the body, placed it there, and then replaced that with Sherlock. And in my video, I was also confused with the fact that they were dragging this body of Sherlock, and I was very confused. Thus, from this episode, it proves the fact that there was a dummy involved as well as actually Sherlock. And also, the theory with the ball, that was also key. So, with my theory, I was about 90% right. The snipers part was a little bit iffy to me because in the episode, I don't really think they elaborated too much on it. I'm not sure though. I might have to rewatch it again. But something about how Mycroft called and something happened with Sniper, but it didn't really explain his view, which was what, which is what I was talking about, because wouldn't he, question why John ends up being on the ground because of the spiker guy? But maybe it's because they moved pretty quickly. Even Anderson, I thought that was really weird that they went so fast. But yeah, and the Darren Brown, that wasn't correct. That was one of Anderson's very awesome theories that I enjoyed thoroughly. So, 5%, I guess, for the dummy thing and 5% for Darren Brown. But the sniper is a little iffy, so I'm not sure how right I am on that or not. But overall, and I think many others thought the same thing, but overall, anyone else who had the same thought as me, we pretty much, understood what happened. And we definitely got it, pretty on key. And that's pretty awesome. But yeah, I just, okay, a little bit here on the shipper side with me. Shirley is my OTP, Sherlock and Molly, and I kind of loved what Anderson thought with the whole kiss. That kiss, I screamed like crazy. That kiss was incredible. My OTP actually becoming canon, even though, at the time I didn't realize it was Anderson's thing. So, sort of ish canon, come on. That was a great kiss. But also in the episode, Sherlock does kiss Molly on the cheek, after Molly says that, she's in a relationship with this guy that is kind of similar to Sherlock. So we know what Molly's tastes are, which is super adorable. Also, my second ship is Sherry Artie, Sherlock and Jim. And oh god, I love Anderson. Can we just give Anderson all the props right now? Because that scene where they have it's Sherlock and Moriarty and they're sitting next to each other and there's this dummy of Sherlock and Sherlock's just like talking and saying these things, sitting next to Moriarty, and when the fall happens, they're kind of like laughing about it, and they stare into each other's eyes very intensely, and I was like, hold up for 1 second here, and they go in for a kiss. We don't see them lock lips, but the fact that that was one of Anderson's theories just kind of made my life. And even that close of my second favorite ship, I had a heart attack, to say the least. I had a crazy heart attack. And for my third ship, John Locke, I feel as though, more of that will come into play, especially episode 2, because we know that is when John asked Sherlock to be his best man. And I'm so excited for that scene, because if you have seen on Tumblr, not really seen, but heard, someone caught the audio from a clip from the next episode, and I'm so excited. But yeah, I feel like there's going to be more John Locke along the way. Oh, also, can we talk about the fact that Miss Hudson and John brought that line up again, I'm not gay, and it's, oh my god, this episode was incredible. There's so much to say about it. Also, the fact that Sherlock found the switch, that, and the conversation they had. My god, Sherlock, you tease. But yeah, and, okay, one last thing. The fact that someone kidnapped John and put him in this thing and it was about to catch on fire, that was insane. Honestly, this has to be the best season premiere ever. And I'm so excited for the next episodes. But yeah, so that's all I'm going to say about that. And Happy New Year. Happy freaking Sherlock New Year. And that is all I have to say.